You can do this, but it's no fun. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you it's fun. It's not. Hey there, Coach Devin here. I lost in isolation a little over 10 pounds in 7 days. So how is that possible? A lot of people have messaged me about it. I alluded to it in the past YouTube video. And people have said to me, Devin, how is that even possible? How do you lose 10 pounds in 7 days? That's crazy. So I'm going to give you a little breakdown of exactly what I did and how I did it and how you could do it too if you want to. Before we get going, hit that like and subscribe down below. Please hit that bell. You'll know when I make a new video. And please share this with your friends. The reason I make these videos is because I want people to get good, honest, scientifically based information about health and fitness. I've been a trainer for 28 years now. I've owned a gym for 11 years. Even through a pandemic, I am still going strong. So my goal here is to pass on good information. The internet is full of bad information about health and fitness and, teas and all this other crap that you can get, which doesn't actually help you lose any weight. So that's the whole point of this thing, is that we want to help people get ahead. I want to share information with you about ways you can do it. And a lot of our clients come to us about with weight loss. That is a normal thing. So anybody out there saying, oh, Devin, you're only talking about weight loss. Well, that's what I do all day long, and that's what I'm good at, is helping people lose weight. So that's why I make these videos. So please like, subscribe, share, hit that bell down below. All right. So a little over a week ago, I did a rapid test in the morning and came back positive. So obviously that sucked. I was not very excited about it. But you know what? You have to do what you do. And at that point, you obviously have to, in my area, you call in and say, hey, or send an email, I guess, say, hey, I'm positive. And then you have to isolate from your family if they're not positive. So my family all got tests. They all were negative. Flash forward now to 10, 11 days in, whatever it is now, 10 days, I think now. Forward, my family is still negative, that's good, right? And it's a positive thing. But what it did mean was that I needed to isolate by myself in a bedroom and stay away from them. That was the point. That's the goal. You want to make sure that people are healthy and safe. I, have my 4 kids, 2 of them live here with me, and they're littler. They're 12 and 9. So we want to make sure that they're healthy and safe. So they isolated away from me. And like I said, flash forward, we're 10 plus days in. Now they're still negative. My wife is still negative. So that's a win. Everything worked well. But what it meant was that I was stuck in a bedroom by myself. That part sucked. For anybody who's going through an isolation, I know we talked about this a bunch, but if you have a family member going through isolation, don't leave them alone. Don't think that this is easy. A lot of people have said to me, I can do that standing on my head. Maybe you could. It's possible, but I will tell you it was very, very challenging for me. It took all the good out of me. I mean, when I talk about mental health, I often don't talk about the mental health side of it for myself because I don't think I have a lot of mental health problems. Like I don't get depressed easy or anything like that. I felt pretty damn depressed, pretty damn down. I felt terrible. Every day, all day long, it sucked. So it was hard. But going into it, I knew that, guess what? I was going to be in a position where I needed to cut some calories because of the fact that I was not going to be as active. In my everyday life, I'm out, moving weights for people and working out and doing all this stuff, walking all the time. So I'm up on my feet all the time as a trainer. Because I'm on my feet a lot, I burn a ton of calories just walking around. I have a very active job in comparison to somebody who has an office job, right? That's just the way it is. That's okay, that's great, but I knew, okay, I was 245 pounds going into this thing, and I'm eating a fair amount of food to maintain that 245 pounds. I knew I had to cut some calories down. First off, I was, I worked out. I took 2 full days off. So I tested positive on a Friday. I had gone to the gym in the morning. I tested. It came back negative. I went to do cardio, came back, it was positive. I was like, oh, shoot. So I had done some cardio in the morning on the Friday. I took Saturday and Sunday off completely. I had, for me, with COVID, I had very mild symptoms, had some chills, some lower back pain, and a headache. I basically took some Advil, I was fine. So I was fortunate. A lot of people have had a lot worse things than that. But I knew going into this, so I took 2 full days off, but I was, stuck on my own. And I knew at this point, I'm like, okay, Dev, you have to cut some calories out here and you have to exercise. So what I did is I did push-ups, squats, sit-ups. I have a chin-up bar, so I did some chin-ups. But that's about all I could do. I was just stuck in there doing that. And you can't work out for 7 hours a day by yourself. It's horribly boring anyway. So my workouts were like 30, 35 minutes long, just pouring sweat and doing as many reps as I could, cycling through workouts. That's basically what I did workout-wise. But I will say this, I probably worked out less than I normally would do. The key to it, the honest key was that I looked at what my normal schedule for eating was. My normal schedule for eating for me is about 7+ times a day, because you got to think, right? 245 pounds, multiply that by 10, I need 2,450 calories. Then whatever the activity level is on top of that, I burn a ton of calories walking around, plus exercising and all those other things. So I know, I'm like, okay, Davey, you need to cut out some calories. So what I did was I cut out 2 full meals right off the gun. And my goal on that was, I looked in and I said, originally I said about 800 calories, but when I went back and took a good look at it, I probably cut out a little over 1,000 calories, because each meal is about 450, 500 calories. I cut out probably 1,000 calories. Now, 1,000 calories a day times 7 days, 8 days, whatever you want to say there, is not enough to make you lose 10 pounds. It just isn't. That's not the way it works. So what else did I do? It's cutting the calories down. It's doing cardio, obviously a lot. I ran 2 times as well, and I did the at-home workouts in the space I was in. Unfortunately, I'm on the ground floor, so I could walk out, climb over the balcony, and go for a run, and come back, climb over the balcony, and come back in, as long as my family, was out of the way. So I did do a couple 5K runs in there too. What made me lose the weight? Exercise and cutting the calories down. I can tell you this, I cut out 2 meals, but I also extended everything out. So as soon as I got hungry, I said, okay, I'm hungry. I'm going to wait 2.5 hours before I eat. I drank some water. That's basically what I did. I said, okay, I'm going to cut out I cut out 2 meals right off the gun, and then I spaced everything out even longer. So the goal was to not, usually I sort of stay satiated all day, right? I mean, it's sort of just a normal, feel normal. I'm not too full, not too hungry all day long. I tried to get hungry and stay hungry all day. And was it fun? No, not at all. There was nothing fun about doing it. I'd have breakfast in the morning, and usually I'll eat breakfast at about 7:30. Instead, I would eat breakfast at 10. So there was, 2.5 hours longer. And then instead of having, that snack that I would have at 10:30, which is really another meal, I would wait until 1 o'clock. I'd be hungry by noon, but I'd go, okay, I'm going to wait another hour. Around 1 o'clock, okay, now I've usually had at least 3 or 4 meals in me. By 1 o'clock, I have 2 meals in me, and I scaled down all the meals too. I cut down the sheer amount of food I was eating, so I would eat until I was just comfortable, and then I would stop. Even if I was like a little peckish still, I just was like, nope, that's it, not doing anymore. The whole point of that is, again, to cut the calorie level down. And then 1 o'clock, I would wait until 5, sometimes even 6. I would just wait. As soon as I got hungry and I was like, man, I feel like I could go for some food right now, I just wouldn't. So as soon as I thought I wanted food, I made myself wait like 2 hours at a minimum. That's how I did it. And then by the time supper time came, I would have something to eat for supper, and then I would just drink water and refuse to eat anything after that. It sucked. Not gonna lie. It sucked. It was not a lot of fun. But can you lose weight in a quick manner while also being in isolation? Yes, you can. So those of you who are out there going, oh man, I'm going to go into isolation, because there's going to be a lot of us. I think the likelihood is we're all going to get this strain of COVID pretty easily. It seems to be going everywhere. If you're going to do that, you can do it. It's okay. Is it going to be a lot of fun and you totally feel good? No, you don't. I didn't eat junk food. I ate no junk food in that period. There's still chocolate in the house from Christmas. Didn't touch a thing. I didn't do anything crazy like cut out bread. What I did was I drank a ton of water, because I knew I had to drink water to keep the hunger level down a little bit. And I just cut out the amount of food I ate. Every meal was smaller than it normally was. I cut out 2 full meals and I pushed everything out. Really, in reality, I'm used to having 6 to 7 meals in a day. I was having 3.5 to 4. So really, I probably cut out more like 3 meals every single day to do that. And I exercised 35 minutes, just, circuit one thing to the next thing to the next thing in the bedroom, and I went for 2 runs. That's it. That's it. You can do it too. It's no fun. You can do this, but it's no fun. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you it's fun. It's not. But you don't have to go into isolation or quarantine and come back out 20 pounds heavier or 10 pounds heavier. You can come out 10 pounds lighter. I did it. It's doable. Don't get down on yourself. Don't think that because of the fact that you're in isolation, this is going to be the end of the world, that you're going to have to eat junk food, that you're going to do. You don't have to. Just be smart. Let yourself be hungry. It's okay to be hungry. Being a little hungry does not hurt anybody at all. You're not going to die of hunger if you're still eating something. Trust me. Do some exercise. You can do some exercises in your house. I did it. It's not hard. Push-ups, sit-ups, squats, lunges, running in place, leg raises. There's a ton of things you can do. Get outside if you can. Go for walks or go for runs and cut those calories down. And I promise you, you can come out of isolation just like I did. It's not that hard. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but I am stubborn as hell, and I just said I'm not going to do some things. So trust me, guys, you can do this too. I promise you, just give it a try. If you have comments, questions, things you want me to talk about, write them up down below. I would love to hear from you. Have yourself a great day, everybody. Don't fight, be awesome.